in the 3v1 meta, that was more like, oh, I'm an Omni. You can't deal with me because I can take off your magic stuff. But now it's more about killing and, well, maybe not killing, but fighting. You're fighting with the enemies. And I kind of feel like Omni Knight needs a few levels in order to fight in that lane. And I mean, sure, with the Sand King there, you can for sure get those levels. I'm not saying you can't, but it is a harass hero, you know. You're laning against a Warlock. Maybe Gyro Warlock is actually okay with just playing in this lane. Like they're not going to put any pressure until Omni's like level 4 or something like that, which maybe that's okay for Alpha Red. It just depends on what they want the rest of the draft. Maybe they're okay with that, and they just want an Omni to be in the game against these heroes.
I think that's partially the reason. I know laning phase is super important, but I think they're still going to be fine anyway, even without the experience. But before we continue, a little bit about these two teams. I think Alpha Red, a pretty popular SEA team, especially because they're one of the few Thai teams that are out there right now, as far as I know. They're in this tournament as the sole Thai team. Aggressive Slayer is a team from Laos, which very interesting. They've played a few games. They haven't done that well. They've won one series, actually they've done a lot better than I thought they would have. They've won one series, tied 3 series, and lost 3 series. So the series they did win was, well, it was against Water, so they didn't even win that series because they forfeited. So
hey, speaking of Water,
nice, what a transition. Boom, we did it.
Thank you.
So they picked Morphling into Doom, which I think is interesting. But obviously very good against Gyrocopter, so.
I honestly feel like Morphling's a Doom counter, the current Doom. I know people are going to like hate me for saying that, but I really think that the fact that you can just morph into Doom, become this like super tanky guy, get the Infernal Blade yourself, get the Fiery Feet, I don't know what the hell, Scorched Earth, get the Scorched Earth, and then go back to the Morphling, and you all of a sudden have these like ridiculous. I mean, I think it's pretty good. And then also like Morphling is a natural Linken's builder, so he's perfectly okay playing against a Doom in that kind of regard. You know, you want to Doom this hero. It's like he's got a Linken's and he's very mobile. And also, if you get off the stat swap after getting doomed, or sorry, before getting doomed, then you're perfectly fine. You won't die. So I honestly feel like Morphling is pretty good against this Doom here. The new Morphling, I should say. However, I should say that the Doom was obviously picked to counter the Omni Knight, because you can just pick up the Purge creep, purge the Omni spell, the Omni ulti. So you can kind of do that, and then also dooming the Omni is a pretty obvious one.
Yeah,
Omni's like the best Doom target in Dota.
I would say so.
Is there a better? Like Omni's amazing.
I mean, I think of Storm Spirit a lot, but it's not an easy hero to Doom because he has Ball Lightning. He's tricky to get on top of. Just those heroes that are generally pretty mobile and can kind of weave in and out and do a lot of work. But Omni is good in the sense that you can stop him from using all his abilities.
If you Doom Omni, you kind of win the fight a lot of the time.
Right, because Omni Knight, that's his whole impact as a hero, is being involved in a fight, not by like auto-attacking or anything, but by getting off his abilities. So, like, as long as you take him out of the fight where he can't use those abilities like GA, like Purification, then it's different. I do think you're kind of right about Morphling. I think he is a natural Linken's carrier, and he will obviously go for it this game. I do also think, though, that as a Doom, it's not necessarily the worst thing. You know, you always have a way to break Linken's for you usually as a Doom, whether it's Ensnare, whether it's Infernal Blade, whether it's the Creep. I will say that I don't think he will Doom the Morphling that much unless it's early game. I think it'll probably be more focused on Omni Knight, but I do want to think that Morphling can be killed by this hero, and just as much as Morphling can steal all that stuff from the Doom, I think Doom can still do really well against him given certain circumstances.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, they're both decent against each other in different ways. Although the Gyro Morphling thing is basically just Morphling favored.
Yeah, like that one is the X factor for sure. There's a lot of different types of counters in this game, but Morphling specifically, you get a lot of farm, you steal the flat cannon, you do more damage than Gyro does with flat cannon, which is insane. They do have line on Aggressive Slayer. They have a little bit more lockdown against this Morphling, so he won't be able to get off his attribute shift all the time. They have the Witch Doctor coming in, which is going to give them some Voodoo Restoration, not to mention some extra damage against some of these heroes. I think it's going to probably be Witch Doctor Morphling plus Sand King Omni Knight, and then both teams will pick their mid hero in just a moment, and we'll see how this shapes up in the next few minutes, I would say.
I'm not sure how I feel about Warlock and Lion being on the same team. They're both kind of that like weak-ish to kill lane.
That's true.
Lane supports, you know what I mean? These kind of like guys that stand around. They're like, hey, don't go on us. We'll like counter lane you. Like we'll just kind of sit here passively and lane support you. It's two 5-row lane supports. So I am a little bit worried in that sense that there's no like really aggressive hero on the side of Aggressive Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm nailing it.
You're so good.
But But on the side of Alpha Red, they obviously have the Sand King. Witch Doctor is a very great defensive support, much like a Warlock or a Lion. But they also have the Sand King to make up for the fact that, okay, this guy can roam between the lanes. He can put a lot of pressure on one lane. He can have that sort of kill potential. And he's not squishy. He's not the squishy support that can just be ran down really easily. Like 4-roll wise, Aggressive Slayer doesn't really have I mean, unless the Lion has an amazing game, they don't really have a 4-roll, which is obviously pretty spooky if the laning phase doesn't go well for one of these two supports. Supports matter a lot right now, I think.
And it's like Lion is not a hero that is ever going to get that Blink Dagger as the 4-roll. He still takes forever to farm, whereas the Sand King, he can actually farm. He could get kills, he could farm jungle camps when he gets a little bit more experience in Caustic Finale and all that stuff. And he'll try to get that Blink Dagger as early as possible, whereas Lion and Warlock, they're both like... They both don't really buy items. I know Lion isn't usually played as a 4, so it's different. I'm sure that he will get more farm than he would have usually gotten.
How does he farm, though?
Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to, I'm not trying to flame or say one draft is better than the other, but I think we've seen this so far. If you watch the first game that we casted today, you're going to know what I feel about Tinker as a hero, especially for these teams that maybe aren't at the same level as some of these other teams. Like even Alpha Red is pretty good, or like if you're Execration or Geek Fan and you pick Tinker, I feel a lot better about it. But for teams like Aggressive Slayer and Signify that have picked it all throughout the season, again, the hero is sitting at a below, I think, 25% win rate now after losing that last game. So I am not sold. Even in this game, I'm certainly not sold. But Jenkins, why don't you tell me your thoughts so I don't go off too much here?
I'm pretty sure Alpha Red's lineup is good against Tinker. I mean... Okay, so you have DK who just face tanks towers. He doesn't really care about you marching the wave down because he just tanks it with his body and he kills the tower. Like he'll kill towers so quickly that Tinker can't really do that defense that he usually does. And then you also have Omni Knight who's just like naturally completely negates all of Tinker's abilities. If you throw an Omni Repel in that Morphling and he waveforms on the Tinker, that is a dead little dwarf. So yeah, I really. Whatever, dude. Oh, this is the Keen team, actually. They got Tinker, they got Gyro, they got Lion.
Lion is not Keen, I don't think.
Dude, look how small and little
I know he's small, but he's not a Keen. Anyway, I do want to point out the stats, because stats don't lie, according to certain people. Tinker in this current tournament in MPGL Asian 2018 has a 21% win rate out of 14 games. That is miserable. The teams that have won with him they're pretty good for the most part. I think Geek Fam won with him, which is a very strong team. Big Taskus Titans won with him at one point. Another good team. But most of these teams that have played him have lost. Signify, I think, has picked it the most. That's the Indian team. They're out of the tournament currently. Exit Wounds, I think, may have picked him. Actually, yeah, they did pick him last game. They lost, obviously. Mega Horus has lost with him numerous times. I think 3 times in total. Aggressive Slayer, the team that's currently in this game, has lost with him pretty recently as well when they played against Evos. I am not a fan of this Tinker, and I don't really have the highest expectations, but if the Tinker does go off for Aggressive Slayer and they can get off to a decent start instead of him having to play from behind, I think they can potentially win this game, but it's going to be tricky, in my opinion.
Would you agree to eating your shoe on webcam if this Tinker goes off in
Absolutely
this game?
Not.
Okay.
I'm not trying. First of all, I had E. coli. I'm not trying to fuck my stomach up any more than it already is currently.
I bet my roommate that he wouldn't eat a piece of plastic, and it completely fucked up his digestive system. So that was you
don't do that. It's pretty simple. If you want to bet something like I can't eat. I hate fish. I'll bet that I'm gonna eat fish if I lose this. Something that's not going to destroy your system.
That was honestly the best $5 that I've ever spent.
I mean, you essentially killed your roommate or whatever. So
I didn't. He's not dead. Not yet.
Are you sure? You're probably lying to me.
He's got a couple years in him.
Yeah, the plastic certainly doesn't help. I'll tell you that much.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So it is going to be Doom Warlock, which I actually think this is a lot better. I thought it was going to be Doom Lion. It's Doom Warlock, which I love. I think it's really good. I know Doom has been nerfed considerably over the last few patches, but he's still very strong. Morphling will find farm in this lane. He just needs to be careful of dying to Infernal Blade. Meanwhile, they'll have Sand King Omni Knight bottom. This is the lane we were talking about. Both carries or both core should farm down here. And then there's
these are Tinker DK. DK is actually doing really well in this matchup, surprisingly.
Yeah, he should be getting away with a lot.
He got off a couple of early denies that really helped him out. And he got level 2 before Tinker did, so he yeah. In a lot of these lanes, if you get level 2 first, you just win. Especially the side lanes. But mid lane, obviously,
much
not super different.
Yeah. So we'll see how Fearless does. When he gets more points in Dragon Blood, he's going to be impossible to deal with. He's already up to 7 CS, but we'll keep our eyes on the side lanes where there's probably going to be action happening. I would assume First Blood is probably going to come from either the Doom or the Omni Knight and Sand King combination. I don't think it's going to be... I mean, the Morphling could get First Blood, theoretically, although it's tricky.
I think Warlock dies. That's my guess.
Okay.
I think Warlock's going to die. With Witch Doctor level 3, I think Warlock dies.
Did he? He didn't go Maledict. He's going to get probably level 2 Cask instead of level 1 Maledict, I think, at level 3, I would assume.
I don't know. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Maledict's pretty good, but I like the Voodoo Restoration.
Would you eat your shoe if Warlock doesn't give away First Blood?
Yes, I will eat both of my shoes.
You're supposed to say no.
Them for... Well, yeah. The thing is though, I'm a liar, so I can just lie about it.
Okay, that's fair. I'm all right with that.
The life is pretty easy if you're just a liar. If you just lie about things all the time.
So, are you lying to your new team that you're going to do well in the qualifiers or something, or?
Oh, of course. They think I'm playing carry, dude. They think I'm playing.
I mean, you can carry if you just play Broodmother every game. It's the same thing essentially.
That's true. Or Lycan. There's a lot of these dope-ass carry offlaners.
Folks, I don't know if you've seen Jenkins' Broodmother before, but he wins a lot of pubs with it, especially the games I'm in, which is great. So check it out. Do you have a Brood guide out there?
Well, unfortunately, it's legally Pugna's Brood guide. I'll probably make a new one though.
Yeah, just make a new one. It's updated.
That one got a lot of hits on the old Pugna.com.
Brood pickers. Meanwhile, Lion's gonna get run at. They do have Purification. It's a lot of damage, but Guardian should be fine. Not enough to get the kill. This is the issue. If this is like a Sand King with Shrek lane, he probably dies there. Unfortunately, it's an Omni Knight.
For sure. Yeah, it's this like we're gonna win the lane at 4 minutes sort of lane, but that's not usually when lanes are won in this current patch anymore.
Yep.
It's an interesting lane to watch because people they don't really pick stuff like this anymore. You rarely see Omni these days.
I'm surprised Lionx is actually doing a good job denying that of the Gyrocopter. Evolution's getting run down. His Shadow Word comes out though, and he's fine. It looks like on the.
Yeah, it's so much healing.
Uh-oh, never mind. Get to the regen root. Dragon Tail. Oh, you got to use it earlier, Fearless. Come on, buddy. You would have had that regen room.
I think he's okay. He's got Soul Ring.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's better that he denies it. You know, he doesn't give it to the Tinker, but...
Dude, he's destroying this Tinker, actually.
Yeah, this shouldn't be this far favored, I think, for DK. I'm pretty sure that you just laser the DK constantly, and then he just doesn't CS nearly as well. Never mind, should be CSing a bit better for sure. But, you know, it's whatever. I mean, this is one of the things, though, I was talking about. This is the issue I have with Tinker played by some of these teams. Is that they always get behind, and they can't, you know, they don't give enough room for the Tinker.
They just go jungle, they lose all their tier 1s.
Exactly,
like, well,
exactly.
Great.
That's, you really, as a Tinker, keeping your tier 1s alive is one of the highest priorities you could possibly have, I think, in this kind of game. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now that he's got the March, though, it should be easier. But he's getting these range creeps denied, man. You gotta go for those. He's missing a lot.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. I was
such
watching.
Such a rip and pepperonis. Sometimes this happens, though. Sometimes you're just. Oh, he's gonna walk and get the rune.
Bounty rune? Yeah, he's gonna get it.
He's got the lowest farm of all of the other cores.
Yep.
It's a 1v1.
He's still ahead of the Omni, which is surprising to me, actually. Meanwhile, my pro chasing down Guardians, but instead it's going to be Buck Search chasing down my pro. This might be First Blood. He needs to mango and... Okay, he didn't mango and stun in time, so that's First Blood. So as bad as the lane was going for Gyro, it's all good now, I guess.
I don't need to eat my shoe because really what I was trying to say is I think that one of these dual off lanes is going to work out in the opposite favor. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
You didn't say that, though.
That's true. That is true. Then again...
You're a liar, so it's fine.
I'm not wearing shoes right now, so... I mean, I've been wearing sandals like
your sock or something.
I guess I'll eat my sock.
Don't actually do it.
All right, you convinced me. I'll do it.
Sand King stun onto the Tinker, but they're not going to be able to... Fearless doesn't have boots. That's kind of an issue.
No boots, yeah.
When you want to chase down a Tinker, having boots is pretty great. They're going to try to burrow again, I would assume, but here comes the Shadow Word. I don't think they can turn this. He tried thinking about going for the double burrow, decided not to. Meanwhile, Doom getting caught with Maledict. He does have the Scorched Earth, but if they auto-attack him a few more times, he's going to die anyway. especially with my pro coming in. Adaptive Strike gets the kill. Uh-oh, Guardian sees a DD. He's pretty squishy, though. Needs to be careful. They have Waveform. They're going to use it. And good Hex, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Morphling now is going to take some tower hits, but they have the Voodoo Restoration, and Dogbrain will be fine.
I mean, what, like, I wasn't a fan of these dual off lanes, and they're going so poorly. I think these lanes would have worked in previous patches, but not in, like, they're not intense enough.
You mean
know what
both
I mean?
dual
like,
off lanes?
Both dual off lanes. Both dual off lanes. I don't like the Warlock Doom. I don't like the Sand King Omni.
I agree. I think Omni's a good choice in this game. I mean, except for the Doom, but I do think he's good against Gyro and even against the Tinker. But I agree with you. He could have. They could have. They might have been able to just put him here solo. He probably wouldn't have died, I think, if they just kept him there alone and they just had Sand King top. They probably got kills with the Sand King. Although it's kind of tricky with a Morphling and a Witch Doctor, but
Sand King sitting mid would be pretty good too, because his Tinker. I like this. I like what these guys are doing, putting the Warlock mid and then Tinker farms stacks. Like, this is one really good way to come back from having an early game that doesn't go well.
They're gonna find Doom top. They've already used the Burrow Strike. They decided not to chase. The Morphling wasn't close enough. Went level 1 Adaptive Strike, level 1 Waveform, level 3 Attribute Shift. Is this common? Oh, hold that thought. I mean, I said it looks like. Buckster will secure that kill.
That's a solo. Oh no, actually, sure, the line was there.
So, is this a common Morphling? I think this is common now, just only getting 1 point in the Waveform.
This is common. People max the Adaptive Strike too after.
Yep, I've seen that too.
They go Waveform last, just because it's the Waveform. The only thing that increases is the damage and the mana cost, and it's like, what's 75 damage on Waveform really? It's a right click on Morphling, less than a right click. Morphling right, it's 8 minutes in. He hits for 116 already.
Yeah, he hits pretty hard. You're going to see it here, especially against Doom with no damage.
Oh, he has no Maledict, though. But
Waveform, still dead anyway. Now Scorched Earth comes out. Oh, Dogbrain chased after him, popped the Scorched Earth, and he's going to try for the Infernal Blade, which he will hit, and that should be the kill.
My God.
You got the level 6 Morph, or level 7, I'm not sure which, but still really good.
Yeah, that was good.
So here's the issue. Gyrocopter's farming really well, but you're playing... Oh, Buckstart's dead. I spoke too soon. Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? Oh my God, he's alive. Oh no, Lionex. Not fast enough. No phase boots, my dude.
Oh boy, that's not good. I mean, I guess the saving grace for them is that the Morph is just destroying this lane as well, so... I mean, I think what you... Obviously, in retrospect, this is much more obvious, but I think what you said definitely would have been a little bit better to just have the Omni solo, get that experience. Imagine if that's a level 4 purification on that Omni. He dies there.
Yeah, he would die easily. It's not even close.
If the Sand King wasn't there, the Lion doesn't have the levels because Lion killed the Sand King because the Sand King died first blood.
Yep.
So it's like... It did not benefit them to do this dual offlane for either of these teams.
I agree.
And that's just... But that's the thing is, it's risky. It is risky to... But then again...
Hindsight's 20/20, and a lot of the teams are afraid to go for these kind of defensive tri-lane sort of plays, especially with the heroes that they're playing against. Meanwhile, Omni is going to get repelled. Guardians is thinking about going. They've got a homing missile. He is actually going to get dove. That's pretty surprising. Now they're TPing in the DK.
That's good.
Double Burrow Strike. Here comes the Purification. See you later. That's the turn they were looking for. Buckstart's killing spree taken by Boombell.
That was a beautiful Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
That was just really, really nice. That's a level 2 Burrow Strike only, too. So not necessarily easy to set up those double Burrows.
I'm surprised they're not pushing with this DK right now. He popped the Elder Dragon form. That's the whole point of this. And that's another thing. They don't have any tier 1 towers at this point, which I think is a bit disconcerting for Alpha Red. You'd like to have a few tier 1 towers against the tanker at this point in the game.
Yeah, well, they're good in the bottom. The thing is, yeah, usually on that first siege wave, like getting 1 tier 1 tower would be very effective, but
look at Pila.
They're looking at this Warlock, though. He's
only level 4. Here comes the cooldown. So they repel. Bucksart is just going to push them off. They rotated the Doom, who doesn't have Doom yet, so... I mean, they'll clear out the wave. They'll stop them from pushing, but they're not going to get anything out of this, I don't think, even with this Invis-Rune.
That was a Doom TP. Morphling
he just solo killed.
Solo?
I was not expecting that to happen. I don't think anybody would blame me for Morphling dying to a Lion. I know Finger came out, but that shouldn't happen, in my opinion.
He was just sitting at 400 HP. He literally died. He dies in one finger.
Earth spikes and fingers him, and he dies, yeah. Well, actually, he just fingers him, because it's 600 damage. Oh my god. That's actually hilarious. The Morphling was not expecting Finger of Death to do that much, or for him to be 6.
I mean, you know, I suppose that's why they consider line a counter, and he's halfway to his Blink Dagger now. That is actually pretty scary.
That's really a huge change. Aggressive Slayer, they're still holding on to their tier 1 towers. The Tinker is getting farmed. Now the line... What I talked about was that I didn't think the line was going to have that same sort of impact that a Sand King would have, where he would get his early Blink Dagger.
Look at... He's not.
He actually bought a range drop. I don't blame him.
He doesn't want that to happen.
Oh, Boombell almost died to the freaking March Machine. Evolution is mid.
Fighting right on a shrine. I don't know if they go for this.
This is really not a smart play. They don't even have Death Ward. The Shrine's going to come up. Epicenter's going to go. Never mind, it's fine, even with Maledict. Or is he fine? He's fine.
He's got a
They need another Burrow Strike. All right, now he's still fine. Yep, he's 100% fine. Shadow. That was... Alpha Red are making some maybe questionable plays at this point of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? I don't want to flame, but I don't think I'm wrong.
No, this is definitely some... I mean, the thing is, it's like, I don't really consider it flame because you obviously know that with a team like this, there's going to be reasons why. It's like, there's some pressure that they're feeling. There's some psychology behind it, you know what I mean? It's not just like these are amazing players. As I say that, Omni is not looking so amazing.
Well, he got his repel off.
He's a god.
So,
he's a god.
Yeah, he's ownage, actually. He's completely fine.
Speaking of the devil.
Doom down. Amazing. Oh, Boombell. If Boombell didn't get spotted, he would have killed Bucksert. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good ward, though, from the Radiant team. All right. Good stuff for them. They're still ahead by like a slight number, which is it's very, very minimal. They do have a Morphling who did just die, but he's still really fun. Like, he actually went up to 1,000 HP because he realized, yeah, I can't sit at 600. You know, I can't sit at 400 HP.
Oh, man. He's not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Can they turn these mistakes into... Uh-oh. Can they turn these mistakes into an advantage for Alpha Red is the question. And the answer is, I'm not sure. This Tinker is about to have bots. He's already got his Soul Ring and his bottle, which means...
Line is about to have Blink. I think they just give him a lane. And he... Like, he's going to be a core this game. He's so... I mean, well, he's a 4-roll. This hero's so good against Tinker, though. And Omnis. Or, sorry, Morphling and Omni.
Yeah,
so.
He's huge. I am surprised that they found enough farm for... He was the 5, actually. He was played with the Gyrocopter. The Warlock was top. Well, I guess the roles are...
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird
you're right.
in the current patch.
Never mind.
It's pretty weird. Thanks to VP.
But you're absolutely... Like, Blink initiation with Earthspike Hex Finger is going to be enough to kill one hero. And it might even be enough to kill this Morphling. So...
Yeah, I mean... Just the sheer fact that Morph has to be scared now instead at 1,000 HP means he's farming a lot slower. It's like... I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I don't know. It's like, what, 30 less attack speed, like 15 to 20 less damage that he has?
Yep.
That's like up. 2 minutes extra that it's going to take him to get like a certain item at 40 minutes.
Evolution.
Like
they have wards. Both teams do. Adaptive Strike hitting onto Nevermind. They're going to have to fight into... oh, that's an Epicenter. Waveform in. They're going to steal the Doom. Good Earth Spike. Golem dropped down. Uh-oh. Boombell's mega dead. Evolution's going to survive.
Ooh, the pure damage.
And they're all rotating in. Finger comes out. They do have no Repel mana, actually. They're going to keep chasing to Shrine. This is very dangerous. Morphling's going to try to turn. They repelled the Morphling instead of repelling the Sand King. Not that it mattered. Fearless is coming in with a Shadow Blade. Tinker should be dead here. Yes, he will be. They'll trade 1-for-1, though, as they rotate him with Guardians and secure that double kill for the Warlock. Now Guardian's getting chased down. Stunned in 2 seconds. Fearless going to have to turn the corner here, and he gets it off in time. Now they're going to repel, or Purify. Doom trying to turn back around. Here comes the call down. They actually doom up the Omni Knight, which is a problem. Fearless turning onto Evolution, but now Fearless looks to be dead. Even without detection, which they do have, they're going to find that double kill. 2 double kills right in a row for this Warlock. He's suddenly up to 1,200 gold. Very good fight for Aggressive Slayer. The Tinker does die, yes, but I got to say... You know, they're doing really well for a team that I didn't give much credit to at the beginning of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well. I think that fight goes a lot better too if Tinker survives. Like,
yeah.
It's honestly kind of impressive that it didn't go terribly when Tinker dies. Like, that hero is usually so important to stay alive in these fights. Like, actually, as I say that,
50 HP, that's hilarious.
God damn. if this hero can stay alive in a fight, I mean, look at the damage he's doing right now. Like. He will put out more damage than his entire team will do, combined, because this hero just craps out damage. That's how this hero works.
Dogbrain
so
almost dies. Good waveform dodge. Yeah, I mean, like, you could see that this hero is currently a problem. I did not give the Tinker credit during the draft. I know I've had some PTSD with Tinkers in the past in this particular tournament, but he's having a good time. Not to say that this game is won yet by Aggressive Slayer. The thing is, they need to blink on the Sand King, which I think the Lion already has it. He just bought it, so that's a problem. The Lion has a blink, the Sand King does not. That is the trade-off. If my pro can get a blink dagger, this game gets a whole lot easier for them, even with already having the Shadow Blade on Fearless. But
yeah, but now Tinker knows that he has the Shadow Blade, so he's not going to play anywhere near as aggressively. Speaking of aggressive, DK running into 3 of them.
He did not know there could have been a sentry there. It's a very aggressive move, even like with how tanky he is.
Ulti.
Why did he ulti?
Ancient stack?
Must be.
Oh yeah, he's got an ancient stack.
Yeah. Cool.
He's going to push the wave first.
So they've only taken 1 tier 1 tower this game for Alpha Red. There is a DD at the bottom rune spot that they do see. I think that, no, that's a Radiant scene that the Dire don't see it yet. They're going to see it momentarily, I would assume. Dogbrand almost set his Lincoln Sphere, which is very important, but of course Morphling's going to need a lot more this game. That's the one thing. If the game goes late enough, Morphling will be able to carry it, even against a Tinker. But it's going to be tricky to... Well, hold that thought. My pro might get trees down. They did smoke, though, with Evolution. Doom's back up at 5.
Treads Doom. That's a tanky devil right there.
I've seen this a few times.
Makes sense.
My
tanky offlaners.
Probably dead. There's the blink. There's the Earth Spike. He does have raindrops, but he's dead.
Save it. Yeah.
So they'll try to trade for bottom instead of taking a fight top. Although, here comes the Tinker, and just like that, the wave is going to be killed. They will repel the Morphling, though, and he does more than enough damage to take this on his own.
Yeah, that's Omni versus Tinker.
It's good.
Simple enough. Until the Omni is disabled, then it's the Lion is really the X factor in this game, and I think that has been made pretty clear for the past 10 minutes. This Lion is definitely the X factor.
Yep.
It starts that.
That's how big that kill is. That kill on the Morphling. That's just the mistake. One mistake like that from Dogbrand essentially gives the Lion his blink dagger.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like this hero that we were talking about could fall off and be useless. It's just incredibly useful.
Let me put it this way. If you're a pub player and you play a lot of Morphling and there's a Lion on the enemy team, use this game to learn something. To know that Lion, once he gets level 6, Finger of Death does 600 damage. And you... Yeah,
well, guaranteed, if you don't use the game as a lesson, the game that you're playing in will be a lesson
to you
for future games.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, it'll happen.
Well said.
It's just...
You're absolutely right, Jenkins.
Finger. It's just so easy.
Oh my god, Jar already is BKB. He just got this. And he's working on Ags too. That's another thing. Morphling's good late game, but Gyro, Ags, BKB, plus more damage items like Maelstrom or something, he'll start crushing. He's actually top net worth, seemingly out of nowhere.
You know, I kind of like the Ags, honestly, against Morphling.
I think it's really good.
For like a weird reason. It's kind of like you want to copy me and be a better me? Well, you can't copy Ags, you know? Like, it's just something that he builds that can't be just copied.
That's the Lincoln Sphere broken. Repel comes out, but they have Doom. They're going to use it. And now either the choice is to fight or to run. Golem's dropped down. Morphling's dead almost certainly. And there's the Doom coming out. It's going to be 3 dead down for Alpha Red. Aggressive Slayer putting on the moves. Pushing forth, and they're going to find 3 kills. And they'll probably turn this into a tier 2 tower. And Nevermind gets a double kill. If you're Alpha Red, you are in trouble right now. In one way or another. This is becoming a bit of a tough game after that fight.
Dude, it looks like we're both going to need to eat our shoes today.
Yeah, I think so. I'm still not a huge fan of the Tinker, but it's working out this game. I think the game is working out not just because of the Tinker, but because they're all playing really well. And like you said, Guardians on the line is the X factor.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, but it's what you said. They're actually all playing really well. Like we saw the Warlock get the basically triple kill in that fight with the huge golem, turning a lot of things around. Like, they're all playing really well, but then again, the Lion is really setting a lot of this up. Like, if it weren't for him having such a ridiculous game, then potentially these other heroes wouldn't be doing so well in these fights.
Yeah, because the Lion can break the Lincoln Sphere immediately with Hex, then Earth Spike follow up, and then the Doom comes in and he dooms like he did in the previous fight. And
My God,
beautiful.
If he didn't have that blink, it's like it's nowhere near that easy. And then by the time Lion does get the blink, you have items.
Fearless is in trouble. He's pretty tanky, but he's not tanky
Gyro's
enough.
farming the agents too. He's farming.
Like,
that's efficiency.
I actually think that might have been backbreaking. I don't want to say game losing. But it feels pretty backbreaking for Alpha Red. That death right there, especially.
That was the one hero that that was feeling immortal.
Yep. Here's the trade-off: is
one death up until then.
This game is completely different if this Sand King gets the blink before the line does. He finally got it, but I think it's way too late. Almost 3K late. Yeah, I know it's only 3K, like, but still.
It's like what I was saying about the thing is timings matter a lot though. Like it does kind of matter. Like they go for a smoke with this, but if the line doesn't have a blink, this fight, I mean, they could fight for sure.
They're gonna try to go gyro, but I think he's gonna get out. Instead, they're gonna have to go on evolution. They cancel the TP for the Tinker. Good thing that he did. Nice blink. The pop drum. Courier's going to get out. They could try to chase after Pila, who's got a glimmer himself. Lincoln Sphere is broken. Pila jukes and jives like a god. And they're only going to find the Doom out of that smoke and Epicenter. That's pretty depressing for Alpha Red, I think. And by the way, this Omni Knight feels useless. I thought it was going to be a good choice this game. It doesn't. Even when he didn't get Doom, he feels useless.
He could have looked pretty useful in that fight, just because if the Radiant chose to fight that, then they would have, you know, the Omni probably would have looked pretty good, because it was obviously 4v5. But yeah, not fighting into that was definitely a good choice, I think. And the funny thing is, and I know we keep going back to this line, but if the line didn't have such a good game, then the line doesn't blink away there. He doesn't survive. They get 2 for that. The Warlock doesn't survive because the line didn't set up the kill earlier, which gave the Warlock all of that gold to get the Glimmer Cape. That's 3 dead instead of just 1. Gyro potentially doesn't have BKB because the lane isn't as easy on the bottom lane. You know what I mean? Like it all adds up.
Yeah,
like,
it adds up. Yeah.
One of these timings, if you get an expedited timing on one of these heroes, it can make all of the other timings so much better.
It is a very dangerous Roshan attempt. That is not going to work very well. Gas comes out, doesn't bounce. Now the Witch Doctor's dead for walking too far up. I think he's dead anyway. They didn't repel him. They popped the BKB. The Golem's going to get dropped down, and Alpha Red, they've doomed the Lion X Omni Knight. That was a Hail Mary Roshan if I've ever seen one. They went into Roche without any detection. You know, they didn't de-ward over here on this high ground. They just dropped a ward, and they went into Roche. That was a little silly.
I guess they were just hoping for it not to be fought.
So they're going to lose Roche. They're going to lose 2. They're maybe going to lose 3 if they continue to get pushed into. He's stunned, but the Aegis still is up on the Buxer. Now the Ags is done. Danky's dead for 44. I think they just, if you're aggressive Slayer, you use the Aegis to take all the outer towers, and then maybe wait for next Roshan to push high ground.
How do they defend? They don't really have tower defending heroes either, so it's just pretty. That's one thing I didn't consider for Alpha Red, actually, is that they don't really have counter push. I was kind of expecting them to just take the early tier 1s and win the game and not really have to worry about defending the towers because they're map advantage. But obviously when you're losing, you have no map advantage, and then all of a sudden it matters a lot more that you only have fighting heroes but not counter push heroes. Man. So it's like, what are you going to commit? You're going to commit into a Tinker, into a Warlock Golem, into a Gyro BKB Aegis? Yeah,
it's pretty impossible, actually.
We saw the committal attempt in the last fight. It went terribly.
Yep.
They tried to commit to a fight. It's like, okay, well, we'll just, this fight is going okay, let's take it, and it went completely disastrous.
This is
they cannot commit to fight, this team.
This is right if now. You fight around your ultimates for aggressive Slayer, you are exceptionally better in team fights than I think Alpha Red are. If you could get a Doom off on the Omni Knight, if you can get your Warlock Golem on to a couple heroes, you're way better. And this is the perfect thing. They got a small advantage at the beginning of the game, and this is what I was talking about with the Tinker. If you can get an advantage where the Tinker doesn't have to play from behind the entire game, you become impossible to fight into, impossible to play into, and the game becomes that much easier for aggressive Slayer. And boy, has it been easy in the past 5 minutes or so. They've now gained a 6K lead. It's going to get larger as the game progresses. Towers will fall quickly because of Aghanim Scepter on Gyrocopter, the side gunner being there. There's pretty much no way to fight into this once they drop March down. If you are Radiant, you can choose to go high ground, or they're going to get the Hex off. I don't think they're going to go. The Repel comes out now. They can't fight until they have Doom, I think. They have to wait another minute. And Golem, too. Why are we pausing?
I agree. May as well. Like, why even risk it? Let's take a minute to appreciate these Warlock changes. 7.14. Chaotic offering Golem health increased from 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And the pure damage, or sorry, the immolation damage was increased from 30, 40, 50 to 30, 50, 70. That's pretty. Those are pretty insane buffs when you have a Golem that is regenning 75 HP per second, 3,000 HP, 12 armor, 175 damage. What in God's name?
That hero is very strong right now.
What in God's name? Look at the Scepter Golem health. It hasn't even been updated. The Scepter Golem health with the max Golem, right? The best possible Golem you can get with Scepter is only 250 more than the regular Golem now at level 2 of Chaotic Offering. That's how good it is. To put that into perspective, that level 2 Golem is as tanky as an previous Aghanim Scepter Golem that's maxed out. That is insane. That's crazy. That thing feels so tanky right now. I feel like it's like Lycan that can kill it, and that's it. Or like Windranger, who's gonna focus fire down Golem. I'm sorry, this hero is just crazy good, I think.
Well, I think the hero is good if you can use your ultimate correctly, which is tricky for certain teams, especially if you have a bad draft to fight around the Golem. This game is not that situation. You know what I mean?
Are you scribbling?
Yes, I think you know why.
Do you wanna? Oh.
You help me?
Oh yeah. You really think that's
I think it's
happening?
a thing. I'm giving the teams benefit of the doubt. I just think I just want to be.
Hey man, it's it's okay to. It's
when there's a pause like this, regardless of the reason for the pause, which I'm sure is because they're currently having some Discord issues. When there's a pause like this, I just need to get better about doing this type of thing anyway. I know it's because the Warlock is having some disconnection issues. It's better to be safe than sorry.
We should. God, I got so many lines on there. Okay, now I got to
We did it, buddy.
them. There should be an eraser.
It doesn't need to. There doesn't need to be an eraser.
What if one of the players cheats and goes in and then hacks and erases it?
Man.
You got to think of these. That's like Valve
they
was
hack.
thinking
That's
ahead.
the next level play.
Yeah, they just need to hack the cat. That's how players need to win games. Is hack the casters.
I'm pretty sure that's called a map hack, buddy.
Is it?
I think that's exactly what a map hack is.
Is that a thing?
Not in Dota, no. It's not a thing. Or not in Dota 2. Obviously in Dota 1 it was a giant thing. In Warcraft 3 it was huge.
Oh yeah, Shadow. What was it called?
I don't remember.
Shadow something?
I just know that there were map hacks that were used in Warcraft 3.
I didn't play Dota 1, so I played other games though. That map hacks were still a thing. Map hacks were a thing.
Diablo 2, big map hacks. Although those didn't really hurt anybody. Those really only hurted the game itself and not actually the other players. I don't think map hacks exist in Dota 2. If they do, they're probably more of a script hack than anything else, or not a script hack, but just a script.
I gotta say actually, like securing a game, like programming a game so that it can't be cheated, is like
it's pretty so fucking hard.
It's so much more work than you would think, because it's like, oh, this doesn't add to gameplay at all.
People will try to exploit everything. Like people will just try everything to exploit it. Like things you wouldn't even think that are exploitable. Like I don't know, even like the chat services. That somehow they exploit the chat services to give you more information in the game, which is, that's just a weird example that probably doesn't exist.
Dude,
but
you could alt click things in somebody's inventory and see the charges and stuff to see if like wards were used or smokes were used. If they're out of vision, as long as you had them clicked, you alt click them and you can see if it's there or not. They just nerfed that.
When did they nerf that?
Literally the most recent patch.
That's hilarious.
And did you know that you can also tip an enemy hero and you can see which hero isn't the illusion? Like it reveals the real hero.
Really? Because of the thing over the head?
Yes. If you can see the real PL or Naga.
I gotta ask you, Jenkins, why do you know all this stuff?
Because I read Reddit. That's why.
I know.
Because I cheat a lot.
No.
That's why I win so much in competitive.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Why Leviathan's gonna take the open qualifiers by storm.
And the close qualifiers, man.
That's very true. Bucksert getting run down. They use the Elder Dragon form. They immediately back up. Epicenter on the back lines. They're going to kill Lion. And that's nice, but Golem turns it around. And Bucksert's going to start going to work. They've got the Doom off on the Lion X again. He is useless in this fight. They're going to spam the missiles. They do get off the Death Ward, which actually kills the Doom. They're kind of turning the fight around, but here comes Nevermind. He's got to get himself a killing spree. Bucksert will run up. He'll continue to go to work on the racks. They'll have to buy back on the Sand King. And they're going to back up a little bit defensively here for Aggressive Slayer. They could have stayed. They probably could have gotten high ground, but without the Doom, without the Lion, they want to be safe, and I think that's fine.
Dude, that Warlock Golem actually hits like a truck now.
It
125
really
to 125 damage, guaranteed 125, guaranteed 50 pure damage. You kidding? It's like a carry.
We just talked the entire pause about how good Golem was. Yes.
Oh my god.
We know it's good.
I can go on forever about this thing. Look at, he can't kill it. He can't kill it, man. He's gonna 1v1 the DK.
He's actually kind of winning.
Oh.
Finally, he'll get it. If he just waited a little bit longer, he wouldn't have gotten it, and that would have been gold gone by the wayside. But they do have an Ethereal Blade now for the Morphling, so There is a way back into this game, but it is going to be a long road for Alpha Red, especially considering they just bought back on the Sand King. And
Doom needs his BKB. He needs to get off way more of these Infernal Blades in the fights, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was like a full gyro fight for them, and they still didn't have enough damage, and that's the issue. Aghanim Scepter can do a lot early game, but now it's getting to the point where he needs more. He finally gets his Maelstrom, and maybe things get a little easier for him. He's also going to go Satanic, which I don't even think he needs, to be honest. But here we go. Big fight about to break out. Buck Cert might get jumped on, but it's Aegis. So they don't want to go on him.
Tinker's far. Tinker's real far. He's stacking Ancients.
So,
oh, no.
The Aegis is gone. Aegis is gone. Aegis is gone. He's dead for 65. Can they get anything else? They've got Finger. They will use it, but now there's going to be the Ethereal Blade. Good Centaur Conqueror Stomp with the March on top, but there's no follow-up. The Tinker's there, but here comes the Death Ward. Evolution needs to run. Meanwhile, the Tinker continues to do some damage here in these fights. Dogbrain stole the Gyrocopter. Now he's going to get Evolution. It's going to be a double kill, and Pila's going to get run down as well. He has no way of getting out of this. They're going to cut him off at the path of retreat here. He's going to get pincered up. Dragon Tail coming in. Triple kill for Dogbrain. The Tinker is the sole survivor. They got 4K out of that fight. That's all it takes, fighting around the Aegis timer, and they did it perfectly there. They got 3K plus Aggressive Slayer almost lose 1,000 themselves, so that 4K gold swing that I mentioned was correct. Woo, baby.
It's so unfortunate, because in that fight, Tinker was stacking Ancients at the start of that fight, so I think that fight goes a lot differently if Tinker is in the fountain when that starts, because he immediately TPs, just like that. But he had to TP back home and then TP. So it's this like awkward thing. The chain stun on the gyro was just beautiful too, just absolutely beautiful. And then the Aegis timing. What
a beautiful Aegis timing. Way to abuse it. Yeah.
There's no way that goes anywhere near that smoothly without timing that perfectly. Because then what if he respawns and he just BKBs and kills all of you? Yeah. What if he doesn't have the Aegis and his team is backing him up because he doesn't have the Aegis? Like, that is literally the window that they had to arrange that kill, and they did it.
Yeah, but I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Alpha Red, as good as that fight is, you still have to deal with an extraordinarily farmed Tinker who is working on his Hex. Hex, one of the biggest items of the game right now, in this particular game, I should say. Alpha Red need to find a way to kill this Tinker or to stay alive in fights or to not get initiated on, because if they do, it's, again, remember, Doom and Golem, and they're about to get doomed and golemed here, I would assume. And Evolution's going to walk up, and Lion X, he hasn't broken it yet. Here they go. Blink in, stun, Doom, boom. They find the Morphling who did get off his attribute shift. This is going to be a tricky kill, and I don't think they go for it. They will find the Lion X Omni Knight. He does have buyback. They need to run, I think, on this dire team. Witch Doctor trying to TP, not going to work out. Double kill for Bucksert. They didn't use Golem either. Very big fight for Aggressive Slayer.
Yeah. Omni dead. If they can force his buyback, it's pretty huge. Roshan looks like it'll be up in time for Alpha Red to be respawned.
Uh-oh. Oh! Never mind. What a god. He'll try to burrow and run, but he just rearm and blink out after him if he wanted to. He's going to bots. MyPro blinks out. He's got burrow in 2. Burrow across.
Go for the long range. Long range.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what a god!
Yeah, that was nice from Nevermind. That was sick. Make a kill spree. Now no buyback. Otherwise, they would have been able to defend. I don't think they can defend now without. There's no or escape for 50 seconds.
Unless they go like right now.
He shouldn't have been in that situation, I don't think. Dragon Tail comes in, BKB, they're going to try to jump out, but there's no Doom. Golem's going to turn this around, though. Here comes Bucksert. They have the Morphling with the flat-headed Bucksert. He's dead. The GA comes out. They're going to lose 2. Can they get anything else? Adaptive Strike coming out with the Ethereal Blade. Rocket Barrage is there. Dogbrain's still alive. Never mind. He's in trouble. He's going to get the TP canceled, and an Ultra Kill comes out for the Morphling. Dogbrain holds. You mentioned that was the timing window, and it certainly was, and now they're going to find Evolution too. They have a ward. He's in trouble, about to get off the Dragon Tail, and he does. The Adaptive Strike Rampage from Dogbrain, a godlike spree. The net worth is even, although they will lose their ranged racks and almost the melee racks. The Golem does the work. What a fight, though, from Alpha Red, from Dogbrain especially.
Yeah, well, there was that window where Gyro was just way too aggressively pushing when his team was not there in time. Like, they know that his team can't get there in time. He was just being very... It seemed like he was a bit excited that they could take that Rax there. It's like, oh, he's dead, you know, let's force his buyback. But really, his team wasn't behind him, so... Alpha Red taking advantage of that small window. Once again, that's exactly what they did with the Aegis. Like, they know that's exactly when they need to go or they're going to lose that Rax, and they did it. And Gyro was just dead by the time his team got there. So it's like, well, at that point, they can just hunt in the trees for Tinker, and who's going to stop them from doing that, you know? And that's Roshan.
Yep.
Potentially.
Potentially. This is tricky because everybody's respawning. I don't know if they can do it in time. There's no Golem, so the threat of a team fight going drastically in favor of Aggressive Slayer is gone. By the time they get there, Golem's going to be dead. Aegis Cheese is now going to Alpha Red, and they've turned this game around. And now they have a Heart of Trask up on the DK. And good luck killing him. He didn't go for the Dragon Blood armor with his level 20 talent, but he'll have level 25, which means he's going to have the 40 strength talent, probably, I would assume anyway.
Oh my God, he's going to be insanely tanky with that.
And then he was thinking about building into Bloodthorn earlier. He got the heart instead to be tanky. Now he's going to work on Nullifier Bloodthorn so he can go for Doom, essentially, or be a Doom in these circumstances. Not to say it's not impossible. You know, it is still possible to kill Fearless, but you need to be fearless.
It's pretty damn hard to be that fearless.
Nice. Thanks for the follow-up. Thanks for the slam dunk.
Yeah, I got you. No, I took the pass. Didn't just let it slide.
Yeah, the layup was there.
I didn't let it go out of bounds because
you didn't J.R. Smith it.
That's not what a brother does to another brother.
Very true.
You know. He's gonna be a very tanky dragon when he gets to 25.
Look at Dogbrain. Once he got the rampage, he's like now 4K ahead of the next closest person. Although killing the Gyrocopter now is going to be a lot harder. He has picked up the Satanic. Not to say it's still, you know, not to say they still can't, but
Satanic would have helped him a lot in that last fight.
Yeah, he would have survived, I think, with the last fight. He stayed alive long enough that he would have been able to lifesteal.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of right clicks off, so like he just got in a man fight with the Morphling.
I'm assuming you Satanic off the flat cannon and the side gunner, right?
The side gunner, yeah, not the flak.
The flak? Okay.
Not the hits, yeah. That'd be crazy good. If you
so I don't know how you stop him from Satanicking. I don't think there's any way to lock him down unless they stun him before the BKB comes out.
Yeah, basically that's about it. If you didn't have a BKB, you could also get a Spear Vessel, but it's not easy with the BKB to Spirit Vessel him.
They need the Nullifier on Fearless.
There's no urn on this team. Actually, speaking of which, look at this Witch Doctor's network.
I just was looking at him. He's so poor. He finally got a cloak.
Sad.
That's not going to keep him alive. Raindrop cloak will not be enough to keep you alive, I'm afraid, my friend. The thing is, he's a Witch Doctor. I don't even think you need to like cask or anything in these fights. I think you're just going to get like a Death Ward off and Voodoo Restoration, although it's level 1, so it's useless. But
yeah, I don't know if he does anything other than Ward in this game.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. They're essentially playing 4 versus 5. The good news is that their one hero is kind of as big as 2 of the same, so
yeah, Morphling is a god right now.
By the way, Morph Pierce's spell immunity is kind of silly. Tinker luckily gets out of trouble.
That is pretty stupid, honestly. What the hell? Since when? Why?
What?
Why would it pierce spell immunity?
Morph? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hasn't it always done that?
I think so, but I mean now it's like, I guess most ultimates pierce spell immunity, so it makes sense. But I feel like Morphling is a hero that every one of his other abilities he's like a magic damage hero, you know. So
yep.
But a lot of ultimates pierce spell immunity. Ravage doesn't though. What the hell, man?
Yeah, that's well, if Ravage pierce spell immunity would be pretty broken endgame. Never mind.
Oh god.
He is in trouble. He can just try TPing out now. I think he's gonna die anyway. It's gonna be close. Oh my god. Fearless. How did he not get that kill? He needed the level 25 talent. Oh man. Meanwhile, now they're gonna take a fight. This is really bad, I think, although Guardians is already dead. Waveform. They're going to jump in. Evolution gets off the Doom onto Lionax again. I feel like I've seen this movie before. Dogbrain clears out a ward. Evolution is getting destroyed to a double damage room, but he's not dead yet. They're going to steal the Gyrocopter, but he's going to get hexed up. Double kill, but he does get dropped. His Aegis is gone. They'll buy back the Omni, but I don't think they can do anything. What an epicenter! What a turnaround! Dogbrain gets the triple. He gets the Ultra. Can he get the Rampage again? Pila getting chased down. Dogbrain, with the help of my pro, is going to get the Rampage. 2 auto attacks is all it takes. And that'll do it. Another Rampage for Dogbrain. What an epicenter turnaround coming in from that Sand King.
Sand King's a god. Morphling got the Rampage, but really the Sand King deserves it, man. That was insane. What a save. Like you need to be really confident in your play to turn around a fight that looked bad. That looked like Morph was about to die and it was gonna was gonna get spicy, you know, and you know, the Sand King didn't care at all. He's like, no, we can turn this. Like the communication was there between these players. They have the synergy, and they literally got him a rampage.
That is why Sand King Blink is so good. The Lion might have owned early game with his Blink Earth Spike hexes and fingers. Sand King, it just takes that one fight, and he turns it around. And now they're going to push high ground. There's no line. They do have buyback on the rest of the heroes. The glyph will come out. Dogbrand needs to be careful. He can't go too far up. The laser will refract and do a lot of damage. They will repel him. Dogbrand doesn't have Aegis. They need to be a little careful here. They don't want to buy back on the gyro. I think you take the tier 3 and you back up if you're Dogbrand or the rest of the Alpha Red. They're going to do just that.
Yeah. Shrines are pretty easy now. Look, the DK did take, or sorry, the DK took the 1.75 second Dragon Tail.
All right, I think that's fine.
5 seconds stun.
I don't know. I think it's hard to pass up on the strength. It's so much strength, but I guess he's gonna have Nullifier. He'll have enough damage. I guess is what he's thinking. So, does he actually have a Nullifier? Is the helm of the Dom? Or
I mean, it's kind of like a lot of. I mean, it depends on how you want to play, but a lot of the time when I'm Pudge, I won't take the Flesh Heap. Just because it's like you're tanky enough, and I think if you're gonna die in a fight with a certain amount of HP, you're gonna die. It's like because you got caught out, you know what I mean? You're dead anyway. So there's like that line of logic that works there, and I use that for Pudge a lot too, where it's like, okay, why would I go for that? I'm not gonna die with this much HP, so why get more? And then you just go for the extra. Pudge also has the stun duration, except on Dismember, so very similar actually.
I don't know. The difference is Fearless he's a core. In this
that
game.
Is true. It's 40 damage, and that is 40 extra strength. So about 1,000 something HP, 1,200 HP, something like that. Benefiting from that heart, and then passive regen too. Like it increases passive Yeah, the strength like really amplifies stuff for DK, but having 5 seconds on Dragon Tail is also pretty insane. He honestly has just insane talents.
Yeah.
This DK hero.
But as good as that fight was for Alpha Red, I again don't want to get ahead of myself in the sense that this Tinker is still huge.
It's still a 3K, just a 3K gold lead.
Exactly.
39 minutes. It could go anywhere.
And the Morphling will eventually taper off. I mean, he's going to have to be 6-slotted at some point. Obviously, that point isn't yet, but... Uh-oh. Burrow Strike? They found Pila. Ethereal Blade. He missed the waveform. He missed the waveform. They steal the Flat Cannon, but Dogbrain needs to be careful. He does have cheese. Dogbrain's going to pop it in a moment. Centaur Conquer Stomp. There's the GA. They stand right next to him. This time, no Doom available, and they're winning the fight. Buxert, triple kill for Dogbrain again. Tinker immediately forced to go top to try to push the wave in. The thing is, he's not very good at actually taking buildings. Really, the only threat is that he's going to be able to bring somebody back instead of him actually threatening buildings. So now they'll have to buy back on the Gyrocopter. There's no buyback on the line. They've already used Golem. Doom is down as well. I don't know how they defend this. March is going to have to do some serious work. Where's the Omni? He needs to be repelling Dogbrain right now.
This is a double siege wave too coming in next wave, so Tinker March isn't going to be
effective. They found the Doom. He bought back waveform. They're going to Burrow Strike. Doom's dead. Die back. Epicenter comes out. They found the Tinker. He'll have to buy back Buxert. He's already bought back. This is about to be the end of the game. He's popped the Satanic. He's still alive, but here comes Dogbrain repelled up. Look at the damage. Look at the auto attack speed. He does so much. A double kill. Gyrocopter dead for 100 seconds. That might very well be it. It's all on the Tinker and the Lion right now, and I suppose the Warlock. He doesn't do a damn thing without Golem, though, to be fair. And they're going to go tier 4s, and I cannot believe Alpha Red have turned it around. And Tinker's losing streak in this tournament continues, it feels like, unless they can make some kind of comeback here in the next few seconds. It's going to be pretty tricky. They do have the finger up for the line. It's level 3 finger. We'll see if they can't try to take this fight. The heat-seeking missiles continue to be spammed by Nevermind. That's the only thing he can do right now. Dogbrain continues to go to work. Lionex is going to pop the repel on Dogbrain. He'll hit the buildings. The repel comes out. They were waiting for the laser. They've got the Burrow Strike. They found this Lion. Good Yule Scepter keeping him alive for now, and the Glimmer Cape as well, but he has to go back into the well.
Ooh, nice cask. And
it's going to be 10 seconds without Doom. Golem's still down for 50. Gyro dead for 48, and that should be it. The Ancient getting dropped down. Dogbrain pops the BKB. GG is called. Alpha Red turned it around. And a Morphling that was huge.